Go ahead.
I apologize. May I ask the court to consider perhaps an alternative, and I fully respect the ruling the court has just made, and I understand the basis for it. We all know the defendant in his petulant.
You know it's bad when the DA is sitting there trying to help Darrell stay in the courtroom.
We'll say jury nullification in the first 3 seconds the jury's in the room.
Objection to that.
Proper
I don't
thing
think
to
that
do,
I
I
should be
think,
talked
Your
down
Honor.
Stop
to.
interrupting,
I don't
Attorney
think I
Hocker,
should be
please.
talked down to.
The lady
Allow
in
him
the
to make
middle
his closing argument.
has watched his
I will object
evilness.
if he
This is
misstates
just
the law.
pure
You can
evil.
instruct the jury to disregard any misstatements of the law.
It's
And we continue in
truly
that fashion,
saddening.
if possible, for a reasonable amount of time.
And at the
And if
end-
it becomes to the point where there's no
And at the
reasonable,
end,
legal, credible
she
argument
just
that's
at
being
one point
made,
she's just sitting
then
there
the court
staring
may
at him.
decide as to whether or
I
not he's
think
forfeited his
it
right to a
was
closing argument.
some witness
Could at least
testimony,
try
and
by
it was
merely
just heart wrenching.
objecting and the court
Then he's got his
telling
hand
the
over
jury
his mouth
to
like this.
disregard
Then he said,
and instructing
"We
the
go
jury
take
to
this
move on
exhibit
to the
down
next
or just
topic.
leave
We
it."
could
Just
try to allow
heartless.
him his opportunity to provide a closing argument. If that's unworkable, then I think this record will be very clear as to the efforts of this court. And I think there is materials in the bench book, or I'm sorry, the jury instruction 705 that talk about a jury instruction. This court could even give, telling the jury that they are not at liberty to disregard the law, but we're not going that far yet because,
Okay.
frankly, you have
I
told
think
them and you will tell them that
In
closing arguments are
Darrell
not
world, I think they should tell the jury
I think they
what
will
jury
abide by that.
nullification is.
So
There
I
is
know
no
it's going
way
to require,
in my lifetime, anyone's lifetime, they
effort
would nullify
for the court
anything for this
to allow
evil
this to,
monster. It's just
allow Mr. Brooks to
mind-boggling.
try and proceed, but I think we should try that or something similar to that in an effort to get through this next step, or else we will continue at this
Forever.
pace forever.
I mean, I'm certainly willing to step, and then third would be the regard of
Objection to that ruling, Your Honor.
Here's this bill.
noted for the record.
For the record, may I request a legal or factual basis for your ruling, Your Honor?
He don't. He has no clue.
For the
what
record,
he's
may I
talking
respectfully
about.
request a written judicial finding.
I
of facts
googled
and
some of
conclusions
his
law on this issue,
spoutings,
Your Honor.
and some of them came from a quick guide to a sovereign citizen. Not a book, but a quick
For the record, may I
guide.
move to
This
state
guy
proceedings
is
until
just.
this instant matter is adjudicated by a court of competent jurisdiction, which is
I've dealt
has
with a
no subject matter
narcissist for
jurisdiction.
39 years. This is my
Based on what law or fact?
how do you say it?
Based on what law or fact?
Infatuation with this scumbag.
I'm going to inform the jury of their power. They deserve to know.
And why does he have his mask off? Like, ooh, I'm unmasked now. I believe he, in his mind, if he wore a mask, nobody could identify him. And that would show in court. That everything I saw is on the news. Dude, you did it. Own it.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Go ahead, Mr. Brooks, your closing argument, please.
Good afternoon. It's been a long day.
He still doesn't realize the
First
judge
off, I'd just like to start
is
by
going to be the one sentencing
letting you
him.
guys know that it's a lot of information that you guys should be privy to, I believe. And one thing that I believe that you have not been privy to is the truth of your rights and your duties, being the
See, he
Not
doesn't even realize the judge will be the one sentencing him, and he's been so mean to her.
well prepared DAs with well prepared and clearly rehearsed
Shots.
speeches and exhibits and
Shots.
a lot of theatrics. Frankly, not the judge.
There you go.
You and you alone have the power. You and you alone decide what is truth and what isn't truth. You should be informed that you have the power to nullify any law that you don't agree with.
Objection, move to strike the statement.
Sustain.
Objection.
I will strike from the record the last
Objection.
statement made by the defendant. The jury will
He
disregard
doesn't
it.
understand the process.
Which is clearly what I've been saying.
Manipulation tactic.
I believe that not only is it fair, but it's essential that
What if I could draw horns
you
on
be
him?
privy to all
If you look,
knowledge.
if you
Not
look at his
knowledge
bald
that-
spot, they're kind of in the shape of horns.
Certain people feel that you should hear and shouldn't hear. Disguised under the color of law.
Or two.
The fact of the matter is, just like I did with my opening statements, I don't have a well-prepared or rehearsed speech. I didn't look in the mirror and say certain points to myself over and over again to make sure I have them right or anything.
His whole case is everybody's lying, attack their credibility, confuse and blame. He's just berating the DA. He's mad at the DA for showing the truth.
Thing like that, I've chosen to speak from the heart
Oh, the heart. You
in
have
my
one?
opening statements, and now I'm going to speak from the heart.
Yeah, because you don't have a lawyer. Or you're not, and
What
you're
you
not
won't
a
hear
lawyer.
me do is argue facts.
You won't hear me argue facts. That's all you've done the whole trial.
And the reason you won't hear me argue facts is because I believe that it takes away from what
Here we go with the
should be
manipulation.
recognized. The tragedy of this event,
Here we go.
it should be
Here we
recognized.
go. All his
Trying to
his theatrics.
argue facts of this, facts of that. I'm not going to waste your time doing that.
There's no sense in just showing facts. Nah, I'm not gonna waste your time in facts. You go listen to what I say. I'm the king.
It's a little emotional. I apologize for the long pause.
He's so heartbroken, but doesn't shed not one tear. No accountability.
It's hard to keep everything together emotionally.
Because
And
you
honestly,
killed
I
six
don't
people.
believe that I have any more tears left. It's been a hard year
Hard year. Yeah.
for the families, mostly. And that should not be lost on anyone. It shouldn't be taken away.
Well, you making a lady get up there and testify that didn't see nothing, that had all of her kids ran over when you did no redirect, and making her relive the situation, that, yes, that would constitute that being lost on you. Look at his face. This is what we're dealing with.
It before, and I'll say it again. It's a lot of people that are healing, that are attempting to heal.
He's trying. He's reaching. He's just throwing mud against the wall and seeing
That
what
opens
sticks.
the door to talk about forgiveness for a little bit.
Me. Please forgive
With every
me.
healing process, there comes a forgiving process.
Oh, so now he's a doctor? Yet he's displayed many times, you're not a doctor, I don't believe you're a doctor. You're not a psychiatrist, you're not a therapist, you're not this, you're not that. But he wants to. It's just blow my mind. This guy. I've dealt with a narcissist for 39 years, and this is a manipulation tactic.
It's not an easy thing for anyone.
He wants to tell them how to mourn.
What you've been hearing from the prosecution,
It's fact.
not to take anything away from them, but let's call it what it is. You've been hearing a lot of rerun.
Not to take anything away from them.
Same things over and over and
But
over.
what you're
No
doing right
different
now
than
is taking away from.
when
Try
you
attention
turn on
to
the
take
radio
away
and
from
you
them.
first hear that song that you don't like when you first hear it. But they play it so much that eventually you start saying it,
Reaching,
the words to
bro.
yourself before you even realize it. And then you sit and you go, I hate that song. Why am I singing it?
Hate is a really strong word. Why is it? Because of vocabulary.
That's what's been happening. Rerun. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
No. They have been persuasive. They have been hospitable to you, Mr. Brooks. They have been timely. They presented their case in a timely manner. And what you have chosen to do each time you found a witness is just rerun everything they said, but try and twist it into your favor. And when it didn't go into your favor, your rage come out. Let's call it for what it is. And your rage come out, and okay, from my understanding, from my experience in a narcissistic mind, the one I have dealt with, they have like a one-track mind, and when they have a thought, that thought is the only thought that is right. If there's another thought presented to their brain and thought process, that thought is wrong. This is textbook narcissism right here.
Attempting to make things stick in your head that simply aren't true. Why do I say? What am I saying?
I
I
don't
say
know.
look at the testimony.
Yeah, look at the testimony.
You know, the theme from the prosecution here has been intent.
Okay. She did say it. Sue Upper said it. Darrel Brooks said it. He blew his horn. Okay. If you blow your horn, you see something. If you're in a vehicle, that does not give you the green light to just mow people down. That is intentional, Mr. Brooks. Darrell.
We all know what's been said.
I think
We all
he
know
goes
the
on
picture
for
that's been painted.
2 hours about himself. Cries. Finally cries. For himself.
Even the
for
prosecution said themselves. How can you look in somebody's head and say, this is what they intended to do?
You can't. You don't have to. You admitted it. You blew your horn. You knew they were
You know,
there.
for a year,
Me,
I've sat and gone through this.
me, poor me, poor me. This is sickening.
Feeling so powerless.
sickening. Poor me.
letting other people run with the narratives.
The narratives. Dude, you're not a lawyer. You're nobody. Your life has been nothing.
Sitting back
You're
helpless while
sleeping
other
in
people paint a
your
picture
mother's car.
that
If you were a real man, Erica wouldn't have been up in a woman's shelter. A real man would get out and get a job. And that brings me to he loves his mom so much. And I believe he does. Because she's interfered with the trial since day one. She interfered when he done this. And that's a whole nother ball game. But I lost my train of thought.
has zero truth. Zero. I understand about healing myself, tragedy, pain, all that. A lot of it, there's no need to get into. I myself in my own life have had to do a lot of healing. As a man with children myself.
That you were in court for 8 times. His 15-year-old just had a baby.
I find it hard to believe
I remember what I was saying now. Okay, a real man would have been out providing. He loves his mom. She loves him. Like I said, she interfered since this happened, even when this happened, trying to get in a mover. Okay, he was so concerned. I'm so concerned. I told my mom, I was worried about her walking all the way to the bus station. So I just told her, think about it. Da, 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 da. Well, if he was a real man, one, Erica Patterson wouldn't have been up in a women's shelter. He would have had a job and been providing properly. This may not have happened if he would have been doing his role in society. It's just so frustrating. But if he loved his mom so much, he had this vehicle. She bought him, or she owned. It's still not clear as to this point. That goes back to her accountability, loaning it to him twice. He would have got his butt up. He probably sleeps all day. When we saw him coming out on that Ring doorbell, Don Woods gave the police, what was it, 1:23, 1:30 in the afternoon? He had probably just got up. He probably stays up all night like a teenager, sleeps all day till 1. Okay. If he loved his mama, which she probably may work, I think it was the night shift, or she probably goes to work early in the morning, let's say. He would get up and drive her to work if he really gave a crap. That's just obvious.
that anyone who's really had conversations with me, spent time around me,
dude, you were in court 8 times
would
for
think
not
for 1 second
paying for them. Don't pretend
that this
like
is
you
an
have
intentional
been.
act.
It was an intentional act. Don't pretend like you care about your kids. Nobody feels sorry for you.
I've never heard of
I'm gonna fast
someone
forward.
intentionally trying to hurt someone while attempting to blow their horn.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Attempting.
While attempting to alert people of their presence.
Alert people. Okay, I blow my horn and you don't move. That's on you.
Which brings
That's
me
what he
to
thought.
more information that I believe that you should have been privy to.
He's trying to put doubt for a mistrial. What information?
And I'm sure that
What
the
information?
prosecution will beg to differ. But the fact of the matter
Information
is,
to protect you.
the vehicle in question, make and model of 2010, Ford Escape. The vehicle in question, actually 2008, 2009,
You
and
don't
2010 of
understand
that
the
model
recall process.
was in fact recalled.
Objection, misstatement of the facts, facts not in
He
evidence.
Was
doesn't
in fact-
understand the recall process.
Sustained.
Plus,
Was in
this
fact
is a
recalled.
civil suit. Not criminal, civil.
Was in fact a class action lawsuit against Ford
Class
Objection.
for those
action.
models, for those model
You
vehicles.
understand a little
Sustained
bit of
the
law.
jury will
Class
disregard.
action is a
Information
civil suit.
that you should have been privy to. That you
Okay,
weren't
we all
allowed
know
to be
there are
privy to.
lemons out there.
Why? I don't know.
Companies have produced lemons.
That information,
This hurts my brain.
malfunctioning throttle bodies.
Mr. Brooks, move on.
He's reaching.
It's information that you should have been privy
Trying
to.
to put doubt. He know he's done.
Vehicles that malfunction and accelerate not being able to be stopped.
But
Objection, that's-
brakes
It's
were proven
information.
wrong.
It's
There's an
information.
objection. Hold on. Go ahead.
Move to
Dude,
strike.
just say you
Statements
did
by
it.
Sorry for
And
the
I'm
interruption.
sorry. That's
Facts not
all
in
they
evidence.
want.
And it's a complete misstatement.
Sustained.
That's
How's it
all
a
they
misstatement when I have the information?
Mr. Brooks, move on.
This is
The
information that
tragedy of the situation is not lost.
I feel like you needed to know. You should have known.
Look at this. Look at this.
Information that was
Rage
taken away from you.
on level 1.
Why? To prove a case? Information that you definitely should have been privy to.
Look how long it goes. Me.
This magnitude, so I'm sure there's a lot of pressure.
Manipulation. He's so important. There's a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure on the jury.
I pray that the right decision is made.
Oh, it's going to be made all right.
The right decision.
Oh, that's sort of borderline intimidation. Don't go home at night and feel bad that you made a decision. Intimidation, mind tricks,
It's almost like that
narcissism, manipulation.
that message. Well, not message, but that writing. When we're in our vehicles and
Oh,
then
no,
you got
don't
that
talk
rearview
about
mirror and it
vehicle.
said things are closer than they appear.
Oh no!
But it's
no,
also
no,
another way of
no,
saying
vehicle.
sometimes things aren't as they appear.
There is, yes, I agree. There are two sides to every story. He's looking at his side. He's not looking on the outside, looking in. He's on the
I
inside
can't speak for
looking out.
anyone else, but me, myself, I believe in Jesus Christ.
Ooh,
That's how I was raised. That's what I believe in.
and what's it say in the Bible? Thou shalt not kill.
None of us are perfect.
Manipulation tactics.
But I try every day to make sure that I acknowledge him.
That's why I have my
That's
Bible.
why every time I step in this courtroom, I have my Bible with me everywhere I go.
It's a prop, so y'all know I'm a
I even
godly
read it on
man.
breaks, recesses. This is not something that started at the beginning of this incident. This is something that has been instilled in me
So
since
why
I
did you
came out of the
kill
womb.
6 people? If you're a godly man, if you're a godly
This is how my
man,
family
we
lives their
want to
life.
know
This is
why
how we was
you
raised.
killed a freaking 6-year-old boy. So nothing you're saying is valid. Nothing. I just want to say it to his face. Poor me. Oh, Mama's gonna be so. They got me.
For whatever mistakes that I myself have made in my life, I've made peace with God.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, there's still 6 people dead,
Made
including
peace.
all ages. So they're not at peace. They're mourning. They will forever be mourning.
I'm happy to say that my conscience is clear.
You're happy? Oh, okay. Yeah. Mine would be too if I killed 6 people. Because I'm a godly man. Poor me. Those are real tears.
And because I believe, I trust
For
him with my
himself.
life.
Notice he didn't start crying until he really started talking about himself in depth.
Nobody will never know why it was his will for this to happen.
His will for this to happen. Nobody. No, it's not like that, buddy. No, I'm not even gonna call you buddy.
A lot of lives were changed that day, mine included.
Me.
God's way is not our own.
So God,
No matter how much sometimes we want to question, we have to have faith.
faith, acts, license in place. Dude, you can't even pronounce proper freaking English. We're glad you defended yourself. We're glad you did. Because we saw your rage, the education you lacked. You thought you were the smartest man by your smirks and laughs and the way you treated Corey, your uncle. That you were the smartest man in the room. But
Look inside yourself.
and you trying to tell lawyers that have practiced law. Watch him.
Look inside yourself and make the right decision.
Manipulation. Why would they? It's not about looking inside themselves. It's about looking at the evidence and the situation on that day. It's not about them looking inside themselves, sir.
Look inside your heart.
It's about you looking inside yourself and admitting what you did. You're a menace. You were born a menace.
You have everything in your hands now.
Oh me. That's a cough.
Everything.
Oh, I cough. Oh.
Do what's right.
Oh, they're gonna do what's right. He's trying to. That's intimidation. Making them feel guilty for.
Do what's right.
Then him pointing out that one juror at the beginning.
Don't let the smoke and mirrors take away your power.
There's no
Don't
smoke
let
in
the
here.
theatrics
There's no
take away your power.
theatrics. There's nothing. There's just facts and evidence, sir. They're lawyers. This is what they do. I'll also say that there was confusion as if he had a GED or the equivalent. Confusing. In my humble, honest opinion, I do not believe this man made it past 8th or 9th grade.
Each and every one of you has a decision.
Let's guilt him. Guilt him. You're gonna hold this forever if you find me guilty. Me. Me.
Who's right?
They go do what's right.
Make the right decision.
He keeps over and over and over and over like he did the whole trial. When he ran out of the previous lawyer's notes, where he started with this bill. You know who the plaintiff is? Then that was the judge's signal to shut it down. You're evil. They just want some closure and you're not giving it to them. You're a horrible person. You did a horrible thing. All they
It's hard to
want
think about.
is you to admit and say you're sorry. And people will not send you hate.
My younger
as you
kids getting
say.
older and at some point having to explain everything to them.
The ones you don't support or talk to or live with.
Kids don't stay kids forever. And nowadays, kids is frankly a lot smarter than we were when we was kids.
Oh, you can relate to the jury.
I'll tell you that much.
Oh, we can relate. We're all the same. Oh, y'all got kids? Me too. I'm a good father. I've just been in court 8 times for not.
I got a letter the
to
other
provide
day.
for them.
My youngest daughter. And she's still learning cursive right now, so she's the best. Year I've been called a lot of things.
You are a lot of things, sir.
And to be fair, I am a lot of things.
Okay. You go tell
A
us?
murderer is not one of them.
Yeah, you're a murderer. When you saw those people, and I would go as far as
Never has been, never will be.
this may be a HATE crime. Poor me. Poor me. When he was talking about the victims, no tears. He even said, I don't think I have any tears left. Starts talking about himself.
Everything you've heard, think about everything you haven't been privileged to hear.
Trying to create doubt. And the funny thing is, most of the stuff they haven't heard is to protect him. The wife is texting
Think
y'all.
about the whole entire picture.
I'm going to end this one. More to come. Peace.